Welcome back to Grail Talk. This is episode 2 of the podcast. Today we got Baz again and also a special guest, Luda from LEGAL.STEALS on Instagram. How are we, boys?
I'm good, mate.
Hey, what's good, guys? What's good? Thanks for having me.
All right, that's mad. So obviously, if you tuned in last week, you know who Baz and I are. So, Luda, do you want to give us a little rundown of what you are in the community and what you do?
I wouldn't really say that I'm anyone of significance yet, but I've been around in the TN sort of ASICS scene for probably maybe a year and a half. Really just came up out of Brisbane. There weren't really too many people in my area doing it. Shout out Classy Bogan. He was one of the first pioneers in the area who really showed us youngins another way into, you know, a more legitimate scene, and he really showed a lot of younger ones around here that there is potential in these shoes. You know, there's a bit of history, there's a bit of scene, and once I really got into the TN talk scene, and I seen how funny it was, bro. Like just the random stuff that was popping up, the steals, of course. Like I remember when shoes like Tiffany's and stuff like that were going for $350, man. Like real cheap. And that's, you know, I've seen a couple things go down. I've been involved a little bit, but I don't know. I've kind of just stuck to my own lane, you know. Built my reputation on just being a real professional place to go to, a real stress-free place where a client could come and see me if they needed a shoe, if I had a shoe, you know. Perfect pictures. There was no dodgy shit, no scam stuff like that. So that's how I kind of made my name. And just being honest with the client, I guess, guys. Like real transparent with it all, I guess.
Yeah, so you built your reputation around being a trustworthy vendor, and look how it's got you so far. It's looking pretty good.
Not too bad. But yeah, that was pretty much just what kicked it off, eh? But I guess with obviously the market dying, you know, we had COVID, everyone was locked down at one point. Everyone was just sitting on their phone, sitting on their laptop and just talking shit. And it kind of subconsciously took away from all the stresses that a lot of people had in their life, because like people could just jump on Facebook, have a bit of a laugh. And that's what the scene was about. Like I remember, do you guys remember Jonas, the scammer Jonas, and how?
Yeah, I know Jonas.
Oh,
What
bro,
a meme.
like just stuff like that back in the day, man, is what really, you know, just keeps the scene alive. And I was really lucky to be involved in setting up a charity at the end of last year, and we ended up running a couple of things within the TN talk. Did a few fundraising and stuff like that, and I just think that this is what the community is about, you know, getting in there, making a bit of a fool of yourself. Like there's always drama.
Yeah, bro, definitely. But I like how you say it's a bit of a laugh, because at the end of the day, we are all trying to make money and all trying to grow in the community. But at the same time, it's kickback. They're shoes. They're just shoes. You know, it's always a laugh. But today we're going to be talking mostly about ASICS, because I know last week we touched on a lot of the free run, Presto, all bands of Nike, and had a few requests for some more ASICS talk. So I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to ask you lads, what do you think in terms of what is the most underrated model or colorway from the 2021 releases out of all the ASICS?
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not really up to date when it comes to all the new releases. Like I'm more into my, you know, like the K20 era. So when was K20s? That was like
That was 2013.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna say 2012 or something like that. But yeah, I'm more into. I don't really have a whole lot of knowledge when it comes to these new release ASICs. I know just obviously the GT 1010s, but when did they come out?
They came out this year.
Yeah, yeah. When it comes
Yeah.
to newer pairs, don't really have my head wrapped around them enough.
I don't know. I just find it funny how all the new Kayanos look like some of the old Nimbuses.
Yes, bro. Absolutely. They're
Just-
like evolving backwards in time, but from a different line.
Oh, it's so crazy. Like I just had a look on the ASICS site now, and just looking at the new Quantum 366s, man. Like Jesus, these new designs are off their head. Like just the whole way that ASICS have almost transformed. Like aesthetically, we can say the peak era for ASICS for maybe around 2013 to 2015, 2016. And you look at the silhouettes now, and it's so out there.
Yeah, they definitely they're bringing out models that are a lot more loud and incorporate those bigger colorways. I would personally say from this year, the ASICS Gel XL 8, I would say the pink lemonade like that, the pink with the white midsole, they definitely went underrated. I know that a few of them sold for around $200, like women's 11 and 12, but yeah, I definitely, comfort wise and colorway wise, I think it should have got a lot more traction than it did. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one, but yeah. And then the GTs, they obviously took off this year, but from an underrated level, I would say XL8, the pink.
See, I really don't mind the new Kayano 28s.
Yeah, the Kayano 28s, they don't look too bad. I think they're better, in my opinion, than the 27s.
But again, it really just looks like a Nimbus.
Yeah, it does. It does. One of the highlights I would say from this year so far that I've seen, in my opinion, is how they brought out the Kayano 28 and Nimbus 23 Lite-Shows, but they've made it so it has the ASICS logo as a reflector, so it gives off that harmony type of feel.
Yep.
Yeah, so they haven't done that for pairs since the harmonies, really, and I like to see that they're trying to put that sort of older style into a newer model. It seems promising for the future, anyways.
I really like how they've just kept with the basics, the silhouette and the outside looks all right, uppers look all right, but when it comes down to all the technology and the foundation of the shoe, they've really just kept the same type of compound. It's always been the same technology, same flight flow midsole, same dynamic Duromax support system, stuff like that. They're really just cracking into what's working for them, and they're sticking with it. I just hope to see more light shows, more reflective, and more 3M, really.
Yeah, I fully agree. I would like to see some more Kinsight, but I definitely like where it's going at the moment. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, obviously we're on the 28th edition of the Kayano, and we saw what happened with the 20th edition Kayano. It blew out of proportion. It became the duck's nuts, pretty much. What are we expecting for ASICS 30th anniversary Kayano, and what would you personally like to see on in shape wise, colorway wise? What sort of things do you want ASICS to bring for the 30th anniversary?
Hopefully a 20 retro. That'd be nice.
Is there any sort of colorways that you think in the 20 retro that they could bring back that I don't know, haven't been done, or anything special?
It'd be cool if they made some different Lite-Show colours. Like obviously we've got the yellows and the pinks. Oh, sorry, yeah, the yellows, the pinks, and whatnot. It'd be cool if they did something else, like something different with them.
I'm a massive fan of the marathons, of the New York marathons. I'd love to see a retro.
Yeah, they're
Of
tough.
the green and blue.
Yeah, man, or even just the graffiti ones.
Yeah,
They're tough.
they're definitely mad. And I agree with what Baz is saying. I think for the 30th anniversary, they do got to bring out a Lite-Show pack very similar, because they haven't really brought that type of a Lite-Show pack with any other year's release. So like a four block colorway Lite-Show pack, but maybe different colors, so that the OG pairs still maintain the value.
Nice blue or something.
Yeah,
That'd be
like a
cool.
royal blue.
Yeah, that'd be tough. That'd be cool.
Yeah, down for that. A royal blue. Yeah, fucking oath.
And like a lime green, that'd be pretty sick too.
Yeah,
Something
like
different.
that flash yellow.
Something different. That'd
Yeah,
be tough.
just something new but different.
We need more purples, more greens, more oranges.
Mm,
Yeah,
love orange.
an orange Lite-Show.
That'd be pretty cool.
ASICS, if you're hearing this shit, get on it. Orange
It's,
Lite-Shows. Oof, that would be fresh. That would be definitely fresh.
Speaking of like
cool.
3M and stuff, sorry to cut you off, but I've always been a massive fan of the harmonies. I love the harmonies. Both the black and the whites are so clean.
The
Just haven't-
Quantums.
Yeah, I just have never been able to find a steal in my size. Like I'm sussing eBay all the time. I just want to find a pair for cheap. Because to be honest,
What's your bro?
500. 10 and a half.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, harmonies are hard to come by, and when you do come by them, they're 500 at the least.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Going back, talking about the Kayano 20, I kind of want to understand and like hear your points of view on why you believe the Kayano 20 became so big in our scene and our community, and why it stood out amongst all the others.
Well, I think you got to look at the year, like what happened in the year that contributed to it. So I obviously wasn't around back then, but I'm guessing when did they come out? 2013.
Yeah, 2013.
I'm guessing that's when crime went rampant, bro, and people started doing naughty things, and I reckon that's when a scene would have exploded from it. But when you look at the K20, bro, right? How can you not love that silhouette? Like, I also think popularity maybe had come from the TN, because it does. When I look at it, it does remind me a lot of a TN.
Yeah, because it's got those lines through it, and it kind of gives off a vein type of vibe.
Got a bit of gel on the front, gel at the back. That kind of reminds me of like an air unit.
That is pure cream right there. Like I'm just having a look at the ASICS AUNZ cover photo, and mate, Lite-Shows, just that purple, bro. They look sick. It almost looks like a TN free run hybrid, and I can see why people like them. You know.
When obviously 2013, I was a young lad. I always used to like, because down my way, I never really saw a lot of people rocking ASICS, like especially in Melbourne. ASICS weren't really a thing. Obviously, there was people rocking them, but when they were going running and whatnot. So I used to see a lot of PE teachers rocking fucking heat. Like I full on remember one of my PE teachers had some flame kicks. Like he'd always be coming in their freshest ASICS. That's sort of what, like I look back now and I'm like, fuck, I need to get in contact with this fella. And I'm sure I have some hate.
He's got a few lying around.
That'd be mad.
Yeah, man, I remember when I was in like year 7 or year 8 or some shit like that, one of my maths teachers or something was wearing a pair of K20s, like not a very sought after pair, but still a pair of K20s, bro. And I remember just every single sneakerhead at the school at that time was just frothing over this fucking teacher's shoes.
Yeah, man. See, the teachers don't even know. They just have no clue.
Yeah,
They're
worst thing was
doing everything in
This, yeah, dead set. They thrash him. I seen this little old Asian lady walking through Queen Street in a pair of Tiffs the other like a month ago. It was crazy. I was flipping out straight up. But for me, the Kayano 20 back in 2013, obviously I'm up in Brisbane, so Queensland. 2013, then it was, the release of it all. But 2014, when they had the 2014 floods, I saw a lot of the graffiti and a lot of everything pick up. Even though I was younger, I seen it all, and I remember, like, obviously having old school kicks has always been like the thing. But I remember going and getting a pair of Kayano 20 Tigers from DFO, because DFO always has that year before. And I remember, because I was just rocking them, I used to see a few olders rocking them, other people around all rocking them. And yeah, you just see it in videos. You just see like all these people who you like at the time looked up to wearing it, and you just want to go with that style.
Yeah, man. And also throw it back to when you mentioned the 2013, 2014 floods too, man. Like I just want to mention that, because of everything that happened, a lot of people were at home, a lot of people got bored. And then my guessing is there would have been relief payments or whatever, man. So everyone would have went out and would have been like, fuck, how can I look like the freshest cunt on the block? When I've got all this money, So as soon as they came out, kind of maybe not. I'm just saying that, it could go hand in hand.
Yeah, I definitely don't know about the payments, but I could only imagine it would be similar to now. During the big peak of COVID, I had a lot of people wanting to buy shoes with their Centrelink and all the other sort of stuff they had coming in, so I could imagine it would be the same thing back then.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, I don't blame them. When you got everything going on around you, why wouldn't you want to, take one stress off your mind, go get yourself some fresh kicks?
Yeah, man, 100%. I fully understand that. I love to. It's always a good feeling getting a fresh new pair just for yourself that you've been looking for. So 100% agree with that.
Great feeling. Just coming home to like seeing a parcel at your door. It's like Christmas, but like, I don't know, dulled down Christmas. It's good.
Oh, mate. Oh.
Especially like being a perso, like it's good having a pair that you can, you might have got for cheap. You can flip them, make some money. But I find with me, it's always the cheaper pairs. I'll find a cheaper pair and I'll just fucking love them. I just won't want to get rid of them. Like I bought a pair of, I know we're talking ASICS, but I bought a pair of 90s for like $60 and I fucking love them. And there'll be pairs where I'll spend like a good amount of money to sell them and I'll just like flip them off straight away. And they're a nice pair, but it's just like, I don't know, I always just had a thing for cheap. Like you get a cheap pair, you just get more love out of them, I swear.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Some of the pairs that I have that I love are definitely the cheapies. And obviously, Baz, I got those Woman's 12 Novas and I paid a fair price for them. And when they got here, it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel as good as when I got, like, for instance, my blue lemonade, like the Azure Blues. I got them for like $150, so it just doesn't feel the same. And I 100% agree with that. When you get a nice cheap pair, it always is way better.
Yeah, because you can enjoy them also. Like if when you're buying like I don't care how baller you are, like unless you're making proper stacks. If you're wearing $400, $500, $600 shoes and you're, wearing them every time you wear them, you're taken away from the value, right? And when you have that in the back of your mind, it's like, oh shit, oh man, I'm taken away from the value kind of thing maybe. And then it's like, shit, I don't want to wear these every day so they don't break. And every old shoe has a quality problem. Like I don't care about no Indo versus V8s. I've seen it on every shoe from 20, like just every shoe has flaws, and one of these flaws is aging, and they all age differently.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. We're all in this game to get the old school vintage pairs, and like you're saying, they're not. You can't expect them to come off amazing. Like I had a pair of Kinsai 4, and they've got a bit of yellowing on them, but they're brand new. But they've been around since 2011. So I specifically put in the captions like, "Wear with care. This is an old pair. This is for the collectors. This is not a stomper." So a lot of the new people coming into the community, they don't quite fully understand it. But yeah, like you're saying, with any old pair, no matter what manufacturer or shape, it's gonna have flaws.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Because sadly, the real reality of it is, there's some dodgy sweatshop where some dodgy person's making a dodgy wage, so they aren't going to care too much about quality.
Yeah, they're getting paid minimum wage, and they're not going to worry too much. They just need to bulk make it because it's for the big companies. So yeah, 100%. It's all down to buyer beware. So if anyone's listening to there, they want to get old school pairs and then have a whinge. Save your money. Go to Foot Locker. Anyway,
it just comes down to the person too, man. Like I know people that would go out and buy some 2010 or 28 or 2008 pair of TNs, knowing that they'll crumble, wear them, and then as soon as they crumble, they'll just swole swap because that's just a part of the sneakerhead, and that's just a part of the history, and on how it's done.
yeah,
It's a good
that's quite
reason.
big in the TN community. Like, no one in ASICS community does a soul swap because I'm not even sure if you can. I've never seen it. Have you boys ever seen it?
No, but I'll send a pair to Christopher Mayer and see if he can do it because he'd be the man for it.
Yeah, for sure. That's like why I dulled down on, like, I just culled down, sorry, not dulled, culled down on my collection because just like I wanted to wear my pairs. I didn't want to just buy them just to store them. Like you may as well wear your pairs. What's the point in paying this money?
Yeah.
Just to sit. As like I do see some pairs obviously as an investment, but like I'd rather just wear my shoes. Get good wear out of them, enjoy them. Because in 5 years or so, you're not going to be able to. You may as well just rock them.
Yeah, like my personal collection is very basic. Like I've got a pair of 184s, like the marathons, a cheap pair of Kayanos. But other than that, I'm barefoot most of the time because I'd rather just admire them for what they are, give credit to them, kind of thing, and just admire. I'm not really a big fan of wearing shoes anyway. I'd rather be connected to the earth, be down.
Yeah, my collection is the complete opposite of that. But I fully understand. I don't wear my shoes like that every day. But yeah, my collection's it's up there. It's up there. All Kinsai, all Sendai. It's up there.
Oh, he's got heat.
I got a pair of samples there. Some lad hooked it up with those, but they're my all-time grail. I've had a few people try and buy them off me, but I'm not accepting anything under 4 figures.
Yeah, fucking oath. What are they?
They're Kinsai 6, and I nickname them I think Bloodthirst or something like that, but they're the ones that Spanian had in his ASICS collection video, and I don't know anyone else who has them except for Out West Creps. I know he's got himself a personal pair, but they're not samples. And then I've got a pair of brand new samples. So I think, from far as I know, they're the only 2 pairs I've seen.
Yeah. Well, it would have just been a factory outlet pickup.
Yeah, straight out. All right. I wanted to ask some multiple choices, just like in the last podcast, but we're going to be doing it more ASICS. So I want to hear your opinions. What would you rather take? Would you take the Quantum 360 Color Mix Huddle Yellows or Blueberries?
Mm.
I'd go the blueberries. I'm not a big fan of the huddles, to be honest. I don't really understand the hype on them. Like, they're a nice pair, but I'd take the blueberries, to be honest.
Yeah, I would take the Blueberries over the Huddles. I've had both of them in hand, and the Blueberries are more a pair that I would wear like on a daily basis. Like, I love the blue in them. They're a cracking set. But the Huddle Yellows have blown up with that off-white. I don't know, the whole thing sort of off-white, and then the color mix. It's probably one of the best color mix I've seen where like when you turn the shoe, you see the different colors. It's probably the most effective color mix that ASICS have ever released.
I gotta. This is so hard. I've come across a few blueberries before, and in hand they are very clean. And I really like the pink sock liner. Is that the same
Yeah,
pair that we're talking about?
yeah. The
Yeah.
pink line is killer.
That pink sock liner just it's just so out there, and I love bold statements like that. Like, it is proper contrasting colors. Like, that is insane. But then again, with the huddles, I like the gel, the multicolored gel. Oh
Is it
no,
multicolored gel?
no! I was thinking of a different pair.
Oh, you're probably thinking of the Skittles.
Yeah, I was, man. Definitely got to give it to the blueberries. Like, I don't mind the huddles, but it's a very basic hair.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I feel like that's going to be a bit of a controversial one. So I want to hear, you know, leave comments on what one you would rather, the Huddles or the Blueberries. But whilst we're on that topic, I wanted to talk to you boys because we all chose Blueberries. We all love it. But why do you think there's such a massive price gap between both of these pairs? The Huddles, when Women's 12 were around at the peak of it all, they were going for 1.2K, and the Blueberries barely even saw 800, 900.
Simple, bro. White goes with everything, man.
Yeah, I was going to say the same. Light versus dark based color.
Yeah, like when you chuck on those blueberries, right? What are you gonna match that shit with? When you chuck on the huddles, you can wear anything with that. Really, like, you could wear some white, like a white based colorway outfit, or you could even mix up and go a bit brighter because there's the mint teal. There's like a bit of yellow. There's a bit of pink in there, a bit of red. So just so much
Yeah.
better.
So you think like because of the overall white, like blank canvas, and then the subtle color change, it actually can work with pretty much anything.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And like, when it comes down to it, right? As males, we aren't the most fashionable, right? We all wear the same shit. We all wear the same jeans, the same chinos, the same trackies, the same outfits. So when it comes to shoes, unless you're wearing an outfit where you just want really, really, really bright shoes, 9 times out of 10 you don't want to stand out too much, but you do want to look fresh.
Yeah, that's really the elements of shoes. It's like three big elements: wearability, price, and then when it comes to it, condition. They're the three things that most people will look for in a shoe. So I 100% agree with that. All right, on to the next multiple choice. Because we touched on this, I wanted to ask, out of all the Kayano 20 Lite-Show pack, the corals, lavenders, Tiffany's, or the lemons, what pair are you going to take? Well, like, obviously, I would probably take the lemons due to the price point, the rarity, and everything. But if it was set down to what colorway I would like with no price, no nothing, what colorway would I get and where, I would probably take the corals.
Yeah, I like the corals, the lemons. I'm not a big. I reckon Tiffany's are overrated in my opinion. But that's my opinion. I'm gonna piss some people off with that. I reckon Tiffany's are pretty overrated.
What
Yeah, I like the
what
corals.
colorways?
Corals, lemons, Tiffany's, and lavenders. Lavenders being obviously the little like light purple ones. Corals are like the pinkish, reddish. Lemons are yellows, and what was the last one?
Tiffany's, they're like that.
Tiffany's. Yeah.
Bro, these are hard on a different level, right? Like that yellow, that shade of yellow is it's not often seen. But being who I am, I'm definitely going to go to the corals or the lavenders.
Yeah, 100%. And also a fun fact, like not a lot of people know, because one of my mates actually bought a pair of Tiffany's from ASICS All Day. Rest in peace, ASICS All Day. We don't know where you've gone. He's missing in action. But he didn't even know when he bought them. But on the Lite-Show pack, in the gel, they actually glow in the dark. Every single gel glows in the dark. So, yeah, it's a fun fact.
Crazy. That's
pretty
crazy.
gnarly. Never even knew that myself.
Is that something to do with the Lite-Show? Because I've got a pair of Kayano 21 Lite-Shows, and they have a glow in the dark gel, but it's only when it's been out in the light.
Oh, I didn't even know they had it in the 21s. All I knew was they were on the 20s, but I'll have to check them all out, eh? That's sick.
It's Ricky's in there right now.
Yeah, so, and then the last question I would say is, what would you rather, the Kinsey 6 bubblegums or the Kinsey 6 Novas?
Gums.
Bubblegums?
Obviously had those Novas. I got a few, and you get to get a pair of bubble gums, but I'd go the bubble gums. I reckon you could match them with a bit better clothes and stuff.
Yeah, I do like the Novas, but they were quite underwhelming when I had them in hand. I don't know if you felt the same, Baz, but
Yeah.
the bubble gums. I remember when I got my bubble gums, I was stoked. I was stoked, and I still am to this day. I still have my very near dead stock pair, and I hardly wear them, only special occasions, but I would take the bubble gums every day.
Tell you what, the back, like that heel of the Novas looks sick, man. It's like, I don't even know what material that is. It's got like a rainbow effect in it.
Yeah, they all have iridescent, like heel cages. Every single Kinsey 6 has it.
I really love that. I'm gonna have to go the Novas over the bubblegums. Just for the pure fact of I prefer purple with blue.
Yeah, the Kinsey 6 Novas, they definitely can be worn in more outfits if like you're not into huge statements, but no disrespect to the Novas, I love them, like they're great, but bubblegums for me all day, I'd have to say. All right, so now the last thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know how familiar you guys all are with sort of the history of ASICS and everything like that, but with a discontinued line like Kinsey, they've completely stopped making them. Quantum knits, they've stopped making them. Kinetics, stopped making them. Convectors, all that stuff. What one would you like to see be retroed, other than like the Kayanos, like, because they're still going? But out of those sorts of like Sendai models and all that, what do you want to see retroed in the future?
You already know my answer for that one, Tom. You already know
Sendai, Granite, Sendai, Bloodsport.
Definitely the Sendais. I love my Sendais. Best
Shout
ASICS
out to
series.
Baz. Hooked me up with the Sendai Blood Sports and then found a pair like a week later.
Yeah, I'm lucky, bro. I knew he had him. And it was just like just had to ask the question whether he'd sell him, and then it's like, yeah, because they didn't fit him. And I was like, fucking give me them right now.
Mate, everyone's got a price at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, that's hard. I really like the kinetics just because it's like a shocks.
Yeah, they're nice, man. They're very overlooked, but I love the Connects too.
I'm I'm more of a person that if someone likes something, I'm not going to like it just
Yeah.
because everyone likes it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
if
don't like it. I don't like it, man. Sorry.
but like when it comes to like shoes like that, like no offense to like the designer of the Connect, but man, they look scummy, bro.
Yeah, that's why I've always loved my Sendais, because you always see people rocking like Kinsara and whatnot, and I've always, like, especially down my way, like I don't see anyone rocking the Sendais, and that's when I got my first pair, which was those Blood Sports that you have now, Tom. I got them, and I was like, fuck, these are sick. Like they do resemble kind of like a shock as well. So I loved them, and I was rocking the shit out of them. I went to like Duff's in them and everything. So those ones you got now, Tom, they've seen a lot. I got fucking arrested in them, bro. It was fucked.
Bro, I
They've seen a
know.
lot.
The one thing I love about the Blood Sports, and like I'm looking at my Sendai collection now, they always incorporate sort of like a camo into the cage and along the midsole.
Yeah.
And the Blood Sport, I think without that camo, it just wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, I love it too.
It's so fresh, hey.
Yeah, it's good. The camos are sick. I love it too. Looks good. But on the granites, it looks cool too. It's just like just a grey scale camo, bit of black, grey, white. It looks tough.
It's
If
always
anyone out there has a 9.5 pair of granites, send them my way, please.
I'm keeping my eyes out for you, brother.
welcome to Seb's wanting to buy.
Hey.
Want to buy talk.
Whereas at the end of each podcast, no shout outs, just a quick want to buy.
Full on.
All right, lads, is there anything else that you wanted to get covered today?
I'm chilling, bro. Feel like we covered a fair amount of ground.
Shout out to anyone who hasn't been mentioned or anyone who, who's kind of been in the background of the scene and help put it together, but really hasn't come to any of the limelight. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the resellers, keeping it alive. Shout out to all the clients, of course.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Shout outs to Bren, who couldn't be here today, unfortunately. Shout outs to everyone who gets involved and follows listens in, follows the community, keeps up with it all. Shout out to everyone who's like Luda was saying, just a behind the scenes workhorse in the community. We all see you. So big ups to anyone that came on today. Shouts to Luda for coming on as our special guest. Big shouts to Baz as always.
Thank you both for having me. Big ups, Seb. I really love what you're bringing into the community. As I said, I love to get involved. Just because I think we're at a new turning of a leaf, and I think that what you're doing now, it's like it's unknown territory. So it's cool. You're making history kind of thing, and I just wanted to say one last thing, man. Shout out Northside 45. We are on the come up, boys. Believe in us. We can do more. We got this, guys.
For sure. People that stayed in for the whole 30 minutes or nearly 40 minutes now, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. It's fucking sick.